All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adams Brothers Podcast. It's a pop-up podcast. Come on in the room. Let's chop it up. It's the day after the municipal election here in Deerfield Beach on a Wednesday, March the 12th, 2025. We have elected a new mayor and two new commissioners. So we're going to be talking about it here. Come on in the room. Let's chop it up. Happy hump day to each and every last one of you out there in Facebook land and YouTube land. Welcome to the hottest podcast in the Tri-County area here in South Florida, the Adams Brothers Podcast. Welcome. Hope everybody is having a good trip on their way home from work or wherever you're coming from. Please wear your seatbelts and please drive safely going home. And if you're listening to us in your car, please keep your eyes on the road. Okay? So, like I said, welcome to the Adams Brothers Podcast. It is the day after the election, and we're here to talk about some of the results that we got here. So let me pull up here my page. You know, we were talking, my brother and I, we were talking last night. There's 80,000 people. The population of Deerfield Beach is 80,000. And it's pretty shameful when you can only get about 5,000, 10,000 people come out. 5,000 people come out to vote. A little over 5,000. It was 29. It was 3,000. Todd Drosky had over 3,000 votes, and Dan Hurst had about 2,100, almost 2,200. And the other candidates, you know, let's just say under 10,000 people out of 80,000 came out to vote. We got to do better, people. I know the election is in March, but you got to come out and vote.
So the final tally was 3,000 because I know I saw.
Right. It was 3,000. I have to pull it up here.
I saw 2,992.
No, it's actually, it went up.
It went up. Okay.
Yeah, it went up. I posted it this morning.
Okay.
Give me 1 second here. I'll pull it up here. Oh, here it is right here. The final votes for Todd Drosky was 56.29% of the vote. He had a total of 3,076 votes. Dan Hurst had 39.96% of the vote. He had 2,184 votes. Carol Berner had 83 votes, 1.52%. And Timothy Chad Stevens was in third place. He came in with 2.23% or 122 votes for Timothy Chad Stevens. So congratulations to our new mayor-elect, Todd Drosky. And we wish you well. I think everybody is expecting to see some changes up there on the dais. And
what kind of changes do you think?
Well, like we told the candidates on the campaign trail, a lot of people when we were out were talking about, you know, the back and forth, you know, with the mayor, the former mayor Bill Gantz, and like the people from the audience, and they wanted Mayor Gantz to be more like Rex Hardin. When you get up and speak, Rex Hardin would just say, you know, thank you. And I know the mayor, and when you're the mayor, you take a lot of unnecessary cheap shots. People come up and speak without facts. And sometimes as a human, it'll get to you. So they wanted to see less from on the dais up there coming from the mayor. And
Yeah, I saw a report too on channel. I think that was 6 NBC 6, where Steve Litch did a report yesterday, and that's in his report. That's what he said too. That's what people wanted to see was they wanted to see more decorum at the city commission meetings.
Right. And a lot of people were saying that the meetings were going on entirely too long. They want to shorten the length of the meetings. And of course, they want to see the taxes, stay the same.
Or go down a little bit.
Go down a little bit.
A lot of people, yeah. They were paying the 15, like Chad Stevens said, he got a tax bill of what, $14,700.
Yeah. And that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
If you're retired, almost 15 grand alone just out of property taxes. So yeah,
we got a lot of tough decisions ahead with the spending. I don't know. I mean, I'm not there, so I don't know. I don't have backup material, but hopefully they can still give top-notch service to the city without having to cut any services. And I know a lot of people here just scared of the overdevelopment. I always say we've been here all our life, and I know everyone, even with Steve Litch report, that everyone was saying that. In Steve Litch report, I believe he said everyone wants to maintain a small time feeling where traffic is coming. This is South Florida. If you move to South Florida not to have traffic, you should have moved here 50 years ago when we only had so many lane highways. This state is growing. Traffic is going to be everywhere. There's no way around that. Yeah. Development is coming.
It's coming.
I don't know if, what they were saying on Steve Litch report about the 5-story buildings, but we need housing, and we need housing everywhere throughout the state of Florida.
There's definitely a demand for housing.
Yeah. So I don't know the solutions. I just feel like if everyone sit in the room together and talk and not talk at each other and scream at each other, they can come to a conclusion.
Listen to understand and not listen to respond. That's important. Listen to understand what your colleagues are saying up there, and listen to understand rather than have a response back to them so you could have the last word. We can't have that pettiness on the dais up there. And I'm sure it won't be. And we're not saying that they are, but people that we talked to throughout this last year were all concerned about the decorum up there at City Hall. They were tired of the little pettiness and the little cheap shots from the audience and from the dais. So new mayor Todd Drosky, please cut that out. We know you're going to do good. Congratulations to you. And also congratulations to Dan Hurst. He ran a really, really, really hard race. I talked to Dan Hurst. We were neutral the whole time. My brother and I were neutral. We didn't take one side or the other. We put our vote in, and
I knew who I was going to vote for at the beginning. I was kind of conflicted, but at the end, I knew I had made the right decision.
Right
at the end. At first, like I say, I wasn't. I was on the fence. If I ever tell you, I was on the fence at first. But I just think we can be a better city if we all just work together. I mean, I know, like I say again, going back, I know the people don't want the overdevelopment. I don't think no one wants overdevelopment. We want smart development, but we just can't. Every business that come here, we deny and say, no, we don't want them because they have traffic. This is just my opinion now. No one have to agree with me. I've been here all my life. Okay. So I feel like I earned the right to say what I want to say here on these airwaves. I've been here all my life. So I haven't saw that much of a change, and I think we can still get the development we want. The traffic is going to come. If you don't think that you're going to be able to stop traffic, it's not going to happen.
No.
Now, I mean, I understand about those monstrous developments that people are concerned about, but I mean, what are we going to do? Just sit and let the lot stay vacant and let look like Dixie Highway? No, we gotta try to move forward. Anyone is welcome to call in right there.
Not right now.
Not
We'll
right
open
now.
up the phone lines here in a little bit.
Okay,
I want
not right now.
finish reading off some of these results. So again, congratulations to Dan Hurst. You ran a good race. You got 2,184 votes. Carol Burner, of course, dropped out of the race, and Timothy Chad Stevens, they both dropped out. But they, to be newcomers into the political world, they did fair. You did okay. In District 3, we have Daniel Shinesky, who had 783 votes, or 50.68% of the vote. Philip Edward Bradley had 28.41% of the vote, or 439 votes. And Karen A. Shelley had 20.91% of the vote, or 323 votes. Those two right there, they kind of split the votes. If you add up their votes and together, they will be very close to Daniel Shinesky. So they kind of split the votes. If one of those had dropped out, that it would have been a two-man race. It would have been a lot closer. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Daniel Shinesky. He's a new commissioner in District 3, which is Central Village area out there.
Certain parts out on off of 10th Street, I believe, too. The districts are changing. The districts, they just did a vote on the districts last year, and I think I remember the mayor saying they were just kicking the can down the road. It's going to have to be some tough decisions on the redistricting here soon. So me and my brother was just talking about this yesterday. It's going to have to be some really tough decisions down the road. I don't know how they're going to do it. It's going to be very interesting. No one wants residents taken out of their districts, and no one wants to go in another districts, but those tough decisions are going to have to be made at some point. And
as long as it's fair.
Long as it's fair. Yeah.
As long as it's fair, and then you don't try to, stack one district and make it more to the left or to the right or whatever. Then as long as it's fair, I don't care. We only care about fairness.
And the districting, the redistricting, we went from single member districts, I believe somewhere in the 80s, to where we are right now. We used to be at large, at least. I'm sorry. We used to vote at large for everyone. And the single member districts were made to give, as they say, minority more opportunities to get elected. And I just hope that when that is kept in mind too, when the lines are redrawn again, I just hope that all of that, the intent from the beginning here in the 80s, I believe that was when they did that, 80s, maybe late 70s, 80s, I'm not for sure when they did it. I just hope that all of that is kept in mind, that why we went from at-large elections to single-member districts. I just hope that is kept in mind. That it was put there for a reason, to give, as they said, the minorities a more chance of getting elected. Because if not before, I know some people say that, well, it got done. No, I like it this way. I think it gives the commissioners to be more accountable to the people. That way, a lot of people might not agree. That's just my opinion. But yeah. And back to what Daryl was saying earlier about I don't believe Dan Hurst going nowhere. Mr. Hurst
He ran a strong race.
He's
Very strong race.
Remember, the election is in 2 years again for District 1 and District 2. I would bet you're going to see Mr. Hurst right back there.
Back there again.
I just tell my brother, you need people like a Dan Hurst. You need it to balance it out, and you don't have to agree with what I'm saying right now. I mean, don't look at the person, because people always look at the person themselves, but we need people here in this city to keep things balanced out and to keep our taxes down and to have a voice. In the 70s and the 80s, we had a guy named Frank Como. A lot of people might remember Frank Como. He lived on 12th Avenue, and Frank was always up there. He was at every meeting, and Frank raised a lot of hell back then. But it was people like him. When you went and talked to Frank, you would swear he was a mean person. But working for the city, I would stop by there and talk with Frank Como, this late Frank Como. He was a real nice guy to me, at least. He would talk, and he would explain why he did what he did and why he said what he said. But it was people like Frank Como back in the days, like I say, that kept our taxes low, and he was like, he was like that third eye here in the city. So I believe Dan Hurst will be back and running in District 1. I'm quite sure, other candidates are gonna appear in District 1, just like in District 2. I know I'm running in District 2, so I think everyone else already know who else is gonna run. He's in District 2. Okay. He's making himself very clear behind the scenes that he's running. I heard he said that he's gonna win, and hey, that's the way you're supposed to think. So I'm running, and I think I'm gonna win. So it is what it is. May the best man win.
Yeah, when that's all you do. People gonna vote. You're gonna get this. Whoever runs against you, gonna get their share of the votes, and you're gonna get your votes. It all comes down to who the people really believe in at the end. At the end of the day, who do you believe in?
Yeah.
And that's what the people, when they went to the polls last night, the results show that they believed in Todd Drosky more than Dan Hurst. And I really think Dan Hurst, and just talking to Mr. Hurst quite a few times out in public, where we were at public events, public meetings or whatever, his heart is in the right place.
Yep. His words might not come out right.
Right. He's very passionate.
And his demeanor, but I think Dan's heart is
in the right place.
Right place as far as this city. I think, I mean, you can't blame him for wanting to get a handle on the spending. Sometimes the way you do things, your method that you do things sometimes turn people off. But Dan will be back. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be back in 2 years. And like I say, I'm quite sure they're gonna find someone to run against Dan. In talking with people here in the last few days, a lot of people in our district over here believed in Dan. I mean, and talking with him, they believed in him. And a lot of people that I spoke to, matter of fact, I just spoke to someone today, and they told me that they heard both candidates and that they felt like Deerfield Beach needed a reset. And that reset person, they believe, was Dan Hurst. And this was someone that is known, and that was just their opinion. And they said that they felt Deerfield Beach needed a reset. So, all the new commissioners coming in, they got a lot of work to do. They got a lot of tough decisions to make. Like Daryl said earlier, and like I said too, I just hope we can keep decorum here. And decorum comes from both sides. It comes from the audience, and it comes from the dais. So I believe the meetings are too long.
They are.
I remember when Mayor Nolan was here back in the days. Mayor Nolan worked very hard to streamline the meetings, and I remember she had them getting out of there one time in like maybe an hour and a half one time, and those those times went back up.
Yeah.
But hopefully they can get the time down. But I think, as we were talking about too, the voters not showing up. I mean, I saw something last night where it said Deerfield. I was reading where it said Deerfield Beach is a city of about 87,000 people. But like Daryl said, maybe 6,000 people at least voted for mayor. That if you add the numbers up, it was somewhere about 6,000 people came out to vote for mayor. But also, I talked to other people today. I would also like to see the exit polls to see how did everyone vote by district, black, white, Hispanic. I would like to see those exit poll numbers too. If anybody got them, please send them or post them. I would love to see that. But as I was saying too, as I was talking to someone today too, and they told me that they voted, and they said when they called someone else to vote, the person said that, no, I'm not going. This person lives out in the gates of Hillsborough, that told them that, said that, no, I'm not going out to vote. Those people, they don't do anything for us. They don't care. Do you really think that my vote is really going to make a difference? So, I mean, I just wish we can get away from that, because, I mean, I just wish more people would stay involved in what's going on in their city. But, that was kind of the sentiment that I heard, that people was burned out. They were tired of the back and forth from both parties. And, when the person said that, the other person told them that they're not going and voting. This person here votes all the time. So I know it's something going on when the other person, and I know them real good, said they're not going out and voting. They usually vote in every election and is engaged, but they were saying that they were burned out and they were tired. They were tired of the back and forth. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just hope that the city can move on. I know we say that all the time, but I believe that's going to happen? No, because it's going to still be bitter, bad feelings, gonna linger. But I mean, like I say, I'm running in 2 years. If I lose, if I lose, I don't plan on losing. I plan on running a honest, good campaign. But if I lose, I'll be right back doing what I'm doing here and continuing my work in the community and continue. I'm not gonna make no excuse. If I get beat, I get beat. I'll take my licking and keep on ticking. But
you won't. You won't get beat.
But I plan on winning. I plan on running a good campaign. I can help this community. I worked here for 25 years. I've been involved. So I'm gonna continue to work in the next, leading up to the March 2027 election. I know, again, as I said, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because I love this city, what my family has occupied since 1913. And I just want to continue the work of my family, being here in this city. And I would hope that everyone that sees me on this podcast that really believe in me, if you really believe in me, get behind me and follow me, and I can bring some meaningful changes here. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and waffle. I told Dan and I told Todd and I told other people, I'm for development. I told the mayor, I'm for development, not those monstrous buildings and all of that, but
skyscrapers.
I'm for a lot of things that they for. I don't have no allegiance to no one. I mean, I'm my own man, always have been. So I don't follow no leader. I don't tap dance to no one.
And you can't be bought, more important.
No,
right?
and I
by
always
no developer.
By
no
none,
developer.
Zero.
I don't care how much money you have. His pride and his integrity means more than
going to
getting
jail.
A few dollars, and then those same developers turn you in to the feds, and you're going off to prison.
I never been to jail, and if I keep praying to God like I pray every day and every night and throughout the day, hopefully he keep me and my family and everyone reading this, everyone listening right now safe. I don't plan on doing nothing unethical in office. The people definitely won't have to worry about that, because I feel like I always carried myself with high moral integrity, and I plan to continue to do that and be an advocate for not just District 2 but for the whole city.
So I did the math, and it was a total of 8,161 people came out to vote yesterday. 8,000. I added up all the votes, the totals, and it's just under 8,200 people. The exact number is 8,161 people that was tallied up. So out of 80 plus thousand people here, that's shameful.
Yeah.
That's you got to do better. These people complain, but you got 80,000 people here in this city, and you only get a little over 8,100 people.
Yeah,
come out and vote
for
the mayor.
Shameful.
But you'll run up there and you'll complain about this and complain about that. But did you go and vote? Did you go and vote?
No.
So there's change need to be made up there at Deerfield Beach City Hall. We hope there's some change. We'll make everybody happy. Don't just every district needs a piece of the pie. We know 60% goes to public safety. Don't have a problem with that. But that other 40%, every district needs to get. It's 4 districts. How about 10% for each district? That's 40.
Got to listen to everyone too.
You got to listen to everybody.
Like Chad Stevens said, that $14,700 tax bill. That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Again,
and it's
I don't know.
Continue to go up.
Oh yeah, the next thing you know, the public safety
going to be 65%, and then 70%.
So people have a right to complain. Do I know what changes need to be made? No, I don't know. No, I don't know. I mean, people love their public safety. They love the police. They love the fire. But at some point, something's gonna have to give, because the people can't continue to pay $15,000-$20,000. It's just not gonna be sustainable. So that's why I
won't be able to survive.
And
I don't. Retirement.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answers.
You have people in their 70s and 80s at Walmart greeting people, or at Target, or doing some little odd job just to pay their taxes, and that's not fair. That's not what you don't work all of your life until you die, but that's the way it's going, in this world, in this country, in this world, you have to get a part-time job just to pay your taxes, and your homeowner's insurance is just crazy.
Yeah, the homeowner's insurance is
now everyone has to have flood insurance. That's another thing that
with Citizens. Everyone with Citizens by I think 2027. If you're in Citizens, you're gonna be forced to get it. Whether I believe it is whether you're in a flood area or not. So I'm not for sure how I know I had to get it 2 years ago. So I mean, and I remember my grandmother saying it haven't flooded here in Deerfield Beach since 1928. My grandmother always used to talk of the 28th storm. I mean, me and Daryl heard so many stories from my grandmother. And
Ira
Guiden Adams, and she always talked about the 28th storm. And I would say that's probably the last time we had a real true flood here, because I believe Lake Okeechobee overran and it came all the way back here to Deerfield. I'm not saying it couldn't happen no more, but we haven't had anything since then. So why are we required to get flood insurance? Why? I mean, you're talking $900 a year for flood insurance. I don't even, and at one time, I wasn't even in a flood zone by FEMA. All of a sudden, they put me in a flood zone, and we never had a flood zone. The water never came past the sidewalk over here. So I mean, I don't understand that, but I know that's not the city's fault. But
big profit for these insurance companies. That's what it is. I mean, it's they're lobbyists. They got all these lobbyists, and they paying these big dollars into the campaigns, pouring money into these politicians' campaign, and that's all they care about. They don't care about us. They come and get our vote, and then they don't listen to us. So it starts at this level. At the local level and the county level, and then goes on to state and federal.
I'm paying about $6,000 a year right now.
So am I.
In homeowners insurance, $6,000. So can you imagine some of the people that live on the east side that are paying double that plus property taxes? So those folks have a right to be,
they have a right to complain,
to be upset and complain. And, you know, I just hope that they quit trying to put us down over here, because we, you know, because again, I'm gonna go back to some of the Facebook comments that were made, some of the racist Facebook comments that were made on Facebook. Hey, you don't have to put us down. We agree with a lot of things that you're going through over there, and we sympathize with you and hope. But you know, a lot of those people up there in that Florida House and Senate are Republicans. Those are, you know, a lot of people y'all voted for. So y'all need to get a handle on that. Like I say, I don't know. Governor DeSantis weeks ago was talking about eliminating property taxes, which if you
or give them some relief.
Yeah, he was talking about eliminating. So I don't know. I've heard people say the tolls. I heard people say utility tax. I don't know. That's going to be very interesting to see. I know people in the comments were saying that's what keeps, and we know that's what keeps the schools and every other thing going. I don't know. I haven't seen the governor's plan. I don't know what he have in store for us, if that's what he plans on doing, or if the legislature would even go for anything like that. I'm quite sure you're going to have a lot of politicians on both sides of the aisle against that, because that's what keeps a lot of our schools and a lot of hospitals and a lot of other things going here. That's what they get their money. But I guess the governor, someone is in his ear for him to put that out there about 2 weeks ago.
And in District 4, you had two candidates. Really, well, it was two, but only one appeared on the ballot. That was Thomas Plout. He had 84.36% of the vote, or 971 votes, and write-in was Chauncey Chapman. He got 15.64%, or 180 votes. And congratulations to Tom Plout. He was on our podcast here a couple weeks ago. Nice guy. We met him. You know,
we had everyone on our
every last politician.
Mr. Bradley was the only one, and Carol Berner. We had everyone else on our podcast.
We reached out to Carol Berner, and she declined, and we never got a hold of Mr. Bradley. But you guys ran a good race. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you all I don't care what party you're affiliated with. If you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, just go up there and do the work of the people, okay? And put your politics aside, or I don't care who you are.
Feelings.
Yeah, and leave
personal feelings.
The national politics and who's in the White House, and forget about all of that stuff. You want to support that when you go out, you know, you leave there, then that's what you do. But everybody deserves a piece of that 40% of that pie that's left. Everybody equally. And we understand it can't always be equally, but you know, District 2 has fell by the wayside for a long time. We got some scraps over here, but here in the last few years, I have to say that the Breakaway Center, the Johnny Tigner Center, you got the project coming over here at Mel Howard Park. You know, the beautification coming up on the flowers on Dixie Highway. Martin Luther King.
A lot of good things have happened here in the last few years now. But,
so we've been seeing some good things. We're not bashing the former commissioners and the mayor. They all did a good job, but we can do more. We can do more. That's all we're saying. So good luck to the winners in the election. Todd Drosky, the mayor, Daniel Shinesky out in 3, and Thomas Plout and 4. So I think, and let's acknowledge some of our guests here. April Lewis Bolowich. Hey, April, how are you? Thanks for the 20 stars you gave us last week. Hey, Marilyn Strobridge. Hey, Meryl, thank you for the Cash App.
Thank you, Meryl.
Donation for last week. Joanne Duncan Smith. How are you? Joanne Duncan Smith. So I think that's
I know also I had some people asking me the other day about the pre-prom. I heard some people say they didn't get They didn't have a pre-prom here in Deerfield. I remember I put the video. If you go back on our Adams Brothers podcast Facebook page, I remember David Santucci addressed the pre-prom here about 2 years ago. But I know a lot of people asking about it right now. I don't know. I would say to everyone out there, budget hearings start somewhere around May or June. If you would like to see something for the pre-prom or anything else, that is the time to go talk to your commissioner, to go talk to the mayor, not the city manager or whoever you can talk to try to get whatever you want in for pre-prom. But that is the time to do all of that. And I know, like I say, I remember just in 2023, because I remember the meeting, David Santucci, and they had actually took pre-prom out, which we know, of course, pre-prom is not a city function or not a school board function. We know that, and I think sometimes people get that confused. The city did it in the past as a service to the community. I would hope that I was told that $1,000 would be all that they would need, because I know you would need BSO, and hopefully the city would give them the stage as for in-kind services. But I heard that $1,000 would be all that they needed to get pre-prom. I remember years ago, Mr. Santucci was saying that they can find like a DJ, and I remember they came to some type of agreement that the participants was gonna pay a fee, maybe $10, $15, $20. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to it. I'm just trying to go by my memory of 2023. I hope. I mean, some people in the community wants to see pre-prom continue. I have no problem with pre-prom. I mean, if that's what the people want, and the city can afford it, which we know that they can. I mean, talk to your commissioners, talk to the newly elected mayor, talk to the city manager. Also, Commissioner Ben Preston have a district meeting on March 27th. So I would hope that everyone would come out and give you input. And those district meetings are places like where you can put things like pre-prom in place. Don't wait till the last minute and come out. Stuff like that should be pre-budgeted, like should have been actually pre-budgeted in the 2024 budget hearings. So we as a community just got to do better on if things we would like to see, a wish list. I mean, get with Commissioner Preston. I mean, Commissioner Preston is no stranger. I mean, call the man up.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got to reach out to him.
Reach out to him. Don't just not choose to reach out to the commissioner.
Whatever.
The man is there. Commissioner Preston has always been open and amenable to everyone. I mean, reach out to the man.
And remember, you just voted for a mayor. You have a mayor that you vote for and a commissioner.
Right.
So it's not always on Commissioner Preston or whoever the commissioner is here in your district. You vote for two people here in the city. You vote for a mayor and you vote for a commissioner. You call both of them.
Or call all of them.
Call
to get
all
a consensus
of them.
To ask all of them. Don't just like Daryl say, depend on the
Commissioner Preston isn't doing anything.
Everyone blame Commissioner Preston for everything. I mean, come on, folks. And you'll do the same thing to me or whoever else get in that office. That's one thing I understand why I'm running. People gonna talk about me, but that's cool. I'm fine. I'm ready for that.
Yeah,
I'm ready. Just don't think you can come
and
disrespect me.
Wayne hasn't done anything since he's been in there.
Because I've seen people disrespect Commissioner Preston. You're not gonna do that to me now. Let me just make myself very clear. I'm a man first. So you're gonna have some respect for Commissioner Preston, because I've seen people pull up on Commissioner Preston and think they can just disrespect him. No, anybody you go to up there on that commission, have some respect for them.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. But just don't think you can just pull up on me and think you're gonna disrespect me, because it's not gonna go well for you. It's not.
Yeah, pre-prom is not a City of Deerfield Beach something that they started. Okay, that started at the high school, you know, and it's something that and eventually Deerfield got involved in it some kind of way.
Mhm.
But that is not a city. The pre-prom is not a city of Deerfield Beach event that they put on every year. That is something that the parents wanted to do. You have to understand what you're asking for. You can't say, well, the city should do this or should do that. Yeah, if you go and ask them, maybe they would be more inclined to help. But it's not their responsibility to put on a pre-prom. That the parents started that. Joanne Duncan Smith said parents used to do it. The parents used to raise the money. Okay, and then the parents are the one that want to take pictures of their kids in the nice tuxedos and the nice rental cars and all of this and that. These are the parents. Yeah. It doesn't have anything to do with the city. Yes, you pay your taxes. Yes, you can ask the city could they give you the stage for in kind, like as an in kind service.
Right.
You can ask the city for that, but you still have to raise some money. You have to come there and pay something towards it. You can't expect the city to just come out and say, hey, this, we're going to take over this and we're going to sponsor it. This not a city event, people. Okay. Do your homework before you start getting all hot up under the collar. That is not a city event. It started at the high school with the school board. And then now the city got involved some kind of way. And now people think, oh, that's a city of Deerfield event. It's not. Okay. It's not, people. It's not.
And we can still have it. I mean, just go by it the right way. Don't just pull up on people with an attitude, asking for something. It's the way you ask. If you ask sometimes, like I always say on here, we can get anything over here, but we got to do it collectively. If we go collectively, we can get things done. We don't have to go and scream and holler racism and all of that and what this person doing over here. No, let's just focus right here on what over here in our district. Actually, if you ask me, we got enough people over here collaboratively. If we was to get together, we can raise enough money throughout the year for pre-prom to pay for the security. I don't know how many deputies they'll need, but I would be willing to put whatever they need.
Yeah.
$20 whatever. Like Daryl was saying, if you get 100 people
to donate $10,
$10, that's $1,000.
That'll pay for the police detail out there, or something. You got to show the city.
Okay. I'll put 20.
Yeah.
Towards that.
You have to go and ask. If closed mouths don't get fed. Okay.
But we got enough people over here in our community collectively. We can pay for all of that ourselves, and just only thing we can get from the city is to use the park to come through when you come through the park, get that, and to use the stage as part of in-kind services.
Right.
But we have enough people over here where we can get things done over here in our community ourselves. Most people already say we seek handouts in this district, which is not true. If people who seek it, you might be talking about a small 5%, but we all get judges wanting handouts over here when it's not. Everyone over here, most of the people over here, hardworking, honest people, but it's always the few that, as they say, get the handouts, where everyone get judged just for the few. But we got enough people over here to get up enough money for the pre-prom.
Yeah.
We could do it. We can do it. And if I was the commissioner, I wouldn't have a problem in asking the other commissioners to try to fund it, fund half of it or something.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. We just gotta try to do things the right way here. The budget hearings again start in June.
Have fundraisers. Go raffle off a TV. Go buy a big 75-inch TV. Spend about $400 raffle off a TV, and then you could make $1,000, $2,000 off of that. And then sponsor it, and then say, hey, we need. Can you sponsor us? Help us with the security. We raised our own money, this and that. You have to go to them with something, rather than saying, can you just give us,
or get mad and come angry and think that they're obligated to do it. They, come on, that's not the way those folks not gonna do it. I mean, you got to come correct, and like I say, you got to come with some decorum and just you come the right way. I think I believe in education. Anything to do with education and for the kids, I'm with you. I'm in 100% because all too much we get accused over here of all the time about sports, and we don't care nothing about education. We only care about sports, and that's just a myth.
No.
That's a myth. People over here care about their kids. We care about our kids getting the education over here just like anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of people from within our own community that love to spread that and say that people only care about football, and that's just another myth, because I know most parents that I know, they want to see their kids graduate. They want to see their kids get good grades. And like I say, we got the Tigner Center over there, over at the Oviedo McKeithen Recreational Complex, where, I mean, let's get programs going over there. Let's get a lot of programs. I mean, you go over there in the evening over there,
it's empty.
I don't really see too much going on in the evening over at the Tigner Center. I mean, you can have, and that's no slight
no
disrespect.
Shot at the people
no
out there
shot at
running
them.
there,
I'm just saying,
you can do better.
I
can do
expect
better,
to see
man.
more educational programs. We can get GED programs out there for adults.
Something.
It's other things we can get going out there at the Tigner Center, after school programs for kids, but we all got to work collectively to get that. And like I say, I come out there to the Tigner Center out there. I come out there sometime and just park, and I don't see a whole lot going on now. Like right now, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been out there this time here in a while, because a lot of times we either doing our podcast or I'm doing something else. But I'm just saying, it could be a whole lot more educational programs going on out there at the Tigner Center. That's no shot or no disrespect at anyone.
Yeah. But you can, like me, I've been working in Parks and Recreation for the city of Pompano. When I retired from Deerfield, I went to Pompano and I worked in Parks and Recreation. And I can tell you that those buildings down there, they are full all day. Like some centers open at noon, and they have the after school programs there. Of course, they're not going to open up 8 in the morning because there's nobody there.
Right.
But they open up at 12, and right before the kids get out of school, they have tutoring, they have after school programs, they have karate, they have teachers that get out of school and come in and work with the kids, with the homework. It's all kind of things that these buildings should be. The Tigner Center should be having stuff going on now from the time it opens in the morning until the time it closes. And if it doesn't have anything going on in the morning, you might want to move your hours to later. Open up at 12 and then go to 9 o'clock, But that's what a lot of cities are doing, GED program. Yeah, April Lewis, Bolowitz said GED programs are a fabulous idea. Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's an outstanding idea. So,
Marilyn Strobridge said you need an education to play sports. So it goes hand in hand as we push for education. First, sports. Second, that's why a lot make it to college and farther. And you are very correct.
That's true,
Ms.
Marilyn.
Strobridge. You are very correct. Everything go hand in hand. I mean, the payout can be good for everyone involved. And when you see the Brandon Powells, when you see the Devin Singletary
and the Jason Pierre Paul,
and what's
Brandon
the guy?
Powell?
What's the guy? Jerry,
Jerry Judy,
and you see all the other players that came through. A lot of them came through Packer Rattlers. A lot of them came through Deerfield High. When you see that, then you see the fruits of your labor. So I mean, when I hear someone say that, it bothers me when I hear someone say that we only care about it. People from our community, I'm talking about right over here in District 2, talking about we only care about football, and that's just not true. That's a narrative that I don't know where you heard that from or where you're getting that from, but that is not true at all.
That's anti-Packer Rattler, that little group, the anti-Packer Rattler group there that don't want to see the Packer Rattlers have anything. Yes, he had some knuckleheads out there, did some stupid things, but You can't. You deal with the
Shoelace,
adults.
that's right, Maryland.
Yeah, that's right, Shoelace. You deal with the adults. Okay, the adults are the one that's doing the little knuckleheaded things out there. You know, you don't punish the kids. You know, the kids are innocent. You know, you deal with the adults. If they're the ones, then you get them out of there. You know, that's the way. That's the way the tradition has always been out there at the Paccarellas. I played out there to the Paccarellas for 4 years, and I think we won two Super Bowls on different teams. And I'm proud to be an ex Packer Rattler. You know, I'm a Rattler. I bleed the Packer Rattlers and Deerfield Beach High School. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA. So when people come here and try to get rid of the Packer Rattlers, you know, some of, you know, they have it's enough blame to go around. They made some mistakes out there, but they got the right people in place now that's going to do the right things, you know. So
and to see the ex-players, like we say, come through, like Shoelace, like Jerry Judy, Jason Pierre-Paul, Devin Singletary, Brandon Powell, to look at the people that came through the Packer Rattlers, James, I forgot his name, that came through, related to the Allens in from Alwoods. Look at some of the people that came through those programs, and they have given, a lot of them have given back in a lot here. You got a lot of people that have gave their heart, sweat and tears out there to that organization, the parents. I mean, some of the people right here in the chat right now, you got LaWanda Pack, Marilyn Strobridge, Miss Joanne Smith Duncan. Those people those people put in time out there,
many years of their lives out at the
away
Packer
from their
Rattlers.
families. So I mean, you know, everybody just want to see that program get back together,
and it will.
It's new, so give them. Everybody just don't try to put them down. Give them an opportunity to get back to promise. I pray for the Rattlers every day in my prayers. When I say that, I mean that. I pray for them every day that they can get back to the promise that they once were. I'm not worrying about. And they're gonna
they had a little
do
hiccup
good.
along the way.
I'm not worrying about the Rattlers. I'm not.
They're gonna
be good. You know, I just like
tell
to
them
see
about
things.
the registration. The registration fee is absolutely free this year. If you want to bring your kids back out there to the Deerfield Beach Packer Rattlers, the registration fee is absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything. It's just for this year. So bring your kids out there. You don't have to pay a registration fee. They're being sponsored. Supported by the city of Deerfield Beach. Thank you to the commissioners and the mayor and the city manager, Rodney Brimlow. Thank you all. We really appreciate it here, and we're gonna do everything in our power to make sure everything goes smoothly. We know we have some naysayers out there that don't want to see anything, positive come out of
Got
it.
them in every district.
You have the people that
Every
work
district
behind the
has them.
scenes and throw rocks and hide their hands right here from this community, and everybody knows who they are, and you don't have to call any names. But there's too many people love the Packer Rattlers, and there's only a small little percentage that don't care about sports at all.
Always got to remember, I think everyone out there that's working, that's whatever got going on now, just always remember, it's all about the kids. It's not about this person or that person. It's always, when I run for commissioner here, I can start campaigning next year. When I run, it's all about the people. It's all about the middle class, the rich, the poor. My focus is gonna definitely be on that. It's gonna always be about the people here in this city. It's not about me. People gonna see that it's not about me. I don't have to get and talk loud and assert myself with no title. I could give less than a damn about a title. I'm about anyone that really truly know me know I'm about the people, and that's all that I ask to everyone out there that's coming to help with the organization, with the Rattlers organization, always remember, if it's one thing I always hear my dad say, even to this day right now, my dad always said it was always about the kids. And he always said, when you lose focus of that, then that's when things gonna go off track. So it's always about the kids, and in my mind and in my heart, it's always about this city here in my mind and in my heart.
Yeah.
I just want to see everything back where
And it
it's at.
will. And we're gonna go down to Pompano Beach here for a minute here. They have a very important meeting coming up here. I got a text from former state representative Patricia Williams. It's March the 17th, Monday, March the 17th, which is next week, 6 p.m. at the E. Pat Larkins Community Center. A $2 billion project could possibly come to downtown. This would be a great investment for a lot of people. So come out and hear from the developers and everything. And it says the economic
You hear
impacts.
that, Miss Pack?
The economic impacts at full build out, $2 billion in transformation downtown, $3.3 million for city of Pompano Park impact fees, $447 million annual spinoff business revenue, $1.4 billion in construction spending. It's going to include some highlights of. It's going to have 9 acres of public open green space. It's going to bring new jobs, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, hotels, pedestrian-friendly streets and sidewalks, office space, and local businesses. A new city hall.
Okay.
Cultural arts. All of that is coming. And it shows a map here. I want to, and I'm going to start putting maps up on here pretty soon here, so you all could see them.
It. Yeah, we'll see what we can see.
We can see.
We can do it. We
can
we
do
have
it.
the capability to do it with our program right here.
And that's
we can put the maps actually for you to see while you're looking at the podcast.
Right. And that's going to be
Just
right
haven't
there
did that
from
yet.
Ward City. If you know what Ward City is in Pompano, right by the old Pick and Pay, it's going to start there, go across Dixie Highway. It's going to be between Atlantic Boulevard and Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard, all the way over to I-95. That's going to be the new area. They're going to develop it. It's going to be, I believe, workforce housing. Let me just read.
Yeah, workforce housing is the new thing.
City of
It's the
Pompano
new
Beach,
thing.
new downtown is rooted in history, brimming with opportunity and focus on the future. It will be a vibrant community for our residents and visitors, seamlessly blending historic charm with modern innovation. Our vision is to create a vibrant, pedestrian-friendly downtown that's activated for day and nighttime use and enhance community well-being by featuring a blend of cultural centers, recreational spaces, and mixed-use development. From beautifully renovated historic sites to modern amenities and efficient streets, every element is thoroughly connected to create a cohesive and inviting urban downtown. So they're getting ready to develop right over there by the E. Pat Larkins Center there. They're going to make it this vibrant thing like they're planning on doing over there at Pioneer Park, at Pioneer Grove area. So
a lot of people don't want that over there.
Some people don't want it, but
a new city
much
hall.
needed.
I hear that all the time from people think that's not needed here, but
It's much needed.
I believe is needed here in our city. Like I say, our city has looked the same. We used to walk to school over there, going to Deerfield Elementary. It looks the same over there. I mean, it's more than just looking like other cities, because I heard, we just want to look like other cities. No. We need an identity. And I just don't think that we have that at this time. I would like to see a new public safety building, a police department, whatever you want to call it. Like to see
City
the
Hall.
Pioneer Grove area develop. I like to see Dixie Highway develop, and I know that's going to be a tedious challenge. The whole Central Corridor area, I like to see some sensible folks development go on, and the traffic, the traffic is going to be bad anyway. As I alluded to earlier, you got the Southwest 10th Street project that's going to connect out to the Sawgrass. You're going to have projects from I-95 to Dixie. The DOT is going to be doing some work on Dixie Highway, putting new sidewalks and bike paths, I believe, that we heard. And also over by Cracker Barrel, you're talking about that project over there. You're also talking about I believe this year, maybe starting this year, but the MLK drainage project. And drainage projects in other areas. Traffic is going to be bad. There's no way around that. Everyone just going to have to plan on getting up out that bed earlier, whatever, leaving earlier than anticipated. I mean,
leave the house a half an hour
part
earlier,
of life. We can't complain like we want. And then when we go to get stuff, we still complain. And I mean,
they're going to tear up the roads, and they're going to be dust and everything. It's going to be rerouting of traffic. It's going to be a lot of things, man, just like they're doing out on the Sawgrass Expressway and I-95. It's the same thing. You're going to be inconvenienced. So if you're a person that that has to run to the time clock every morning, and if you have to be there at 7 o'clock, and as soon as you hit the clock, it turns to 7:01, then you might want to leave the house a little bit earlier, because you're the one that we're talking about. It's going to be some inconveniences coming, whether you want it or not. You got to leave your house 15, 20 minutes earlier. Okay. Just leave the house earlier. That's all you have to do.
We can get past the traffic.
It's not that complicated.
I just keep hearing everyone keeps saying the traffic. Well, from the time we were kids to now, we saw traffic changing. Yeah. We used to could play out in the road as kids, and it was one car would come by, and the whole time we were out there playing with our man-made basketball goals and our stick balls, we might have saw one car come through, maybe two come through in the 70s. As the 80s came along, the early 80s, 81, 80, everything started changing. So we saw a progression of traffic. Come on. If you haven't lived here and been here, then you wouldn't know that. But progress demands sacrifice. I don't know. I want to read some of the comments. April Lewis said, a new city hall in Pompano, thank you. She also said, Miss April Lewis said, that's a beautiful old community. I hope they take pains to preserve it. She also said, that's a really cool little old town back there from Ward City all the way to Federal Highway. I hope they take pains to preserve that. Janet Man Garner said, hello. LaWanda Pack, Melon Strobridge, kids are our future. LaWanda's Pack said, that's in your DNA. I got to go up with the comments, but that's pretty much it. Like I say, Commissioner Ben Preston is having a district meeting. If it's anything you need to know or want to see, come to that meeting. Don't just sit back and complain. He's having that meeting at the Tigner Center on March 27th. Come to the meeting. If there's anything, again, you would like to see here, have any questions of concerns, come to the meeting. Don't just sit back and say, well, Ben not doing anything. Come on. That's the easiest thing to say. And I know when I run, you're going to say the same thing about me. So I'm already prepared.
Wayne Adams ain't do nothing.
I'm prepared for that.
What has Mr. Adams been doing up there?
Nothing. And a lot of that is rooted in hatred and like I said earlier, I seen people pull up on Commissioner Preston, but you won't never pull up on the mayor like that. But you'll pull up on Commissioner Preston. If you're gonna hold Commissioner Preston or any other
voted
person
for a mayor yesterday
that sat in that seat, you hold the mayor just as equally as you would hold Commissioner Preston.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
If you don't have the new mayor Todd Drossel's number, he has a city cell phone. Ask for it. Go up to City Hall. It's public. Go up there and ask them for it. They'll give it to you. Send them an email. They'll give it to you. If you got any concerns, call them on the city cell phone. Okay. So again, like Wayne just said, you vote for a mayor. You just voted for one yesterday.
Yeah.
And you vote for a commissioner. You have two people that you can go to. If you say one is not doing anything, then go to the other.
You got four more.
Okay. If you don't like what they're doing, then vote them out. That's
Yeah.
what those are your
But
choices.
just to sit back and say, well, I think we go by a person not doing. We in our community. I'm speaking strictly to the black community over here. We judge a person over here by not doing something because we don't see them. This is what I heard. I'm not telling you what. This is what been told to me. Well, I don't see this commissioner. I don't see. Okay, so why you
go
gonna
to the
say
meetings.
that person is not doing anything? You don't know what they did. I never saw that person to a meeting, to a district meeting. I never saw them to anything else. But they're so quick to say a person is not doing anything, and I just think that type of criticism is unfair to any commissioner. Don't just say because you don't see a person throughout the community that they're not doing anything. That's just not fair. That's to me, that's not fair. Just find out what your commissioners are doing. And if you have any questions or concerns, pick up the phone and call them.
Yeah.
Leave a message. Now, if they don't get back to you, then that's something different. Then you have a right for grievance.
It's best to send an email because you have it on file. Okay. Email is public record. You can go back and a phone call. Yeah, they'll show you made a phone call, but when you put it in an email, it's detailed.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all public information. You know, put it in an email. If you have any concerns, send them an email. And then they can, I don't remember you calling me. Oh, no, I sent you an email. Just put it in an email.
And they might forget sometimes. I mean, again, those folks, they got a life too. And I know people gonna say, well, we elected them. Yes, we did. And we paid them what I think I saw $34,000 for a commissioner. I think it's like 41 for the mayor. But you know, hey, just go to the people and let's have conversations with them about what you want to see here. Or either you can come to the meeting. Don't just sit back and complain about nothing here in this city is being done, or you don't see this person. Come to the meeting. I mean, they encourage you all the time to come to the meeting. You could, if you don't have to come, you got Zoom. You can follow the meeting. You could come in at the meeting on Zoom about something you don't like, any questions or concerns. You can raise your hand. You can come on the city's website, raise your hand, and you can still say whatever you need to say to the city. I mean, but this gonna take a collaborative effort on everyone's part to make this city a better place. It can be a better place again if everyone just try to work with each other and not come up there to the meeting just being disrespectful. And it goes both sides, from the audience and from the dais. I think everyone want to come to the meeting and see something sensible at the meetings. No one want to come there and see all kind of fighting and arguing. I mean, people don't have time for that, and that turns people off. And that was one of the things that were told to me in the last few weeks, that people were tired of bickering back and forth. So
Janet Mangana, thanks for the 20 stars, Janet. Appreciate the stars. We appreciate it.
Please donate to our podcast.
Right on the bottom of the ticker.
It's on the ticker. You want to try to take it in? It's up to you. What do you want?
Well, they can if they want to call in. If you want to call in and get on some dialogue, we're not going to have you on there for 10 to 15, 20 minutes.
Make your call brief.
Your call will be really brief.
2 minutes or less.
2 to 3 minutes at the most.
We'll take about
754-227-1986. It's on the ticker down on the bottom of your screen, going from right to left. 754-227-1986.
We'll take about, if anyone wants to call, we'll take about 3 calls. If whatever you want to talk about. We're not
going to be on here all night now.
If you have a question or concern, 2 minutes. I mean, so if you're gonna rant for 2 minutes and say what you gotta say, and that's it. But the lines are open. If you wanted to talk something about the election yesterday, here's your time.
2 minutes. We're gonna give you 2 minutes now. Don't call on here and think you're gonna stay on there for 20 minutes now. We're not gonna let you do that.
754-227-1986. 754-227-1986. You want to talk about the election, or you want to just talk about something?
Also, tell them about, since you went to the meeting, tell them about the renaming of the Bernard Adams Municipal Complex, and the date and the time and all of that.
Yes, there. I just attended a meeting today. So the date for the renaming of the which was the old Central, what it was called, Central Campus or something, Cork Central something,
Yeah,
it was
Central
called
City.
401. It's been renamed now to the Bernard Adams Municipal Complex. That dedication and ribbon cutting is going to take place April 12th. April 12th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And I know the time is early, but for those that want to come out, you're going to have to get up early that day. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. April 12th. That is going to be the unveiling and the ceremony for our dad, Bernard Adams. Again, that's April 12th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mm-hmm. So that is the date. If you need anything, I guess it'll be up on the city's website very soon. So, you'll be able to go on there and look. If you got any other questions, you can ask me and Daryl. If you see us out anywhere, if you have our number, you can ask. Again, Commissioner Preston is having his district meeting on March 27th at the Johnny Tigner Center. There is a commission meeting this Tuesday night, if I'm correct.
This week,
swearing in this
the
Tuesday.
New commissioners, yes.
New commission will be sworn in this Tuesday at 7:00 p.m. Other than that, that is all. Again, I hope everyone stays safe. I hope everyone have a great day and a great weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll see you the next time. We'll be back. We'll be back here next week with our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, okay. We were just trying to get the music right there. So go ahead, and then I'll tell them what I need to tell them. Go ahead.
No, I'm finished. I just said everyone stay
Okay,
safe and
yeah. So
everyone have a good
So yeah,
weekend.
we're getting ready to hop off of here. Hello, Lois Gresham. Hey, cuz, how you doing? Cindy,
Recap what we talked
Sarita, we talked a little bit about the election. If you missed it, go back and watch the playback. We talk about the election. We talk about the big meeting coming up for the city of Pompano Beach going down on the 17th.
We talked a little bit about pre-prom.
If you're interested in pre-prom, go back and watch the playback. We're not going to repeat it right now. There's a lot of stuff. Thank you so much for picking these issues apart and helping to process the election. Thank you, April Lewis Bolowicz. Thank you very much. We try to keep the community and this city informed as much as we can here. We don't get paid for this. We could be out and doing something in our personal life with our family and our grandkids, but we're here trying to keep everybody up to date. I know a lot of people appreciate it. You have some that don't. You're gonna have your haters.
Worry about them, though.
You're gonna have your haters no matter where you go. Crystal Moore, hey cousin. Calandra Jones Sands, hey Calandra, how you and Tony doing over there? So I think that's about it. We're getting ready to put this equipment up. Thank you all for rocking with the Adams Brothers for the past. You know what? This month makes 5 years.
Very first guest was Greg Tony.
Our very first.
Hello, cousin.
Yes. Hey, cousin Lois, how you doing there? Love you, cuz.
Yep.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, it's Gregory Tony.
Yes, and that
Sheriff
was
Gregory Tony during the COVID lockdown.
Yeah, we burst onto the scene 5 years ago. It's been 5 years behind these microphones that you see here, trying to help our city, our community, and our county. And we're going to keep on doing it. If you keep on rocking with us, we'll keep rocking with you. Thank you all for joining us here. Hey, Tara Portier, we getting ready to hop off here. We know you're probably just getting off from work. Say hello to Harold Pryor down there. We'll be contacting him pretty soon. I think that's about it, Yeah. Thank you for rocking with the Adams Brothers. We strong. We're going to keep going on.
And again, to recap, for the mayor, you had Todd Drosky, the winner of yesterday's mayor race. For the mayor in District 3, we had Daniel Shanesky. He was the winner. And in District 4, we had Tom Platt. We had everyone that won was on our podcast. Everyone. Even the people that lost. You ran a good race. Don't
Come back
give up.
again.
If
Don't
you
give
believe,
up.
If you believe in this city and you believe in the work you did, come back and run again.
Look up, stand up, sit up, speak up, but don't ever give up. Come back. If you didn't win, come back again in a couple of years and run again. That's how it is. Don't ever give up. So I think
And in a year and a half, I'm running. So
it's gonna be your next commissioner
I need
here
y'all support
in District 2 right here. So you already hear him
everyone's support.
saying that he's running. So
District
don't
2.
ask me. You already heard him say that he's running. So if you want to talk to him, you got his number. If you don't have it, I'm sure he'll get it to you. Email him or whatever. You know, this is going to be the next commissioner. No, he's going to have his naysayers out there. We got that little small group over there that, you know, whatever. It don't matter. That's irrelevant. But he's going to win. Okay. I'm going on the record to say it right now. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for rocking with us. Lisa Carey Patterson, hey, what's up? Thank you all for rocking with us. We'll be back again next week with I think Darwin Brooks, right? We got Darwin coming up.
Yeah, we got Papa Sauce.
Papa Sauce.
Papa Sauce. We've been waiting on Papa Sauce for the longest. That's my classmate. Yeah. We grew up playing in the sand at about 6 years of age when his grandmother, Miss Bessie Brooks, used to have her place across. So we're gonna have Papa Sauce, and any business, anyone who wants to showcase their business, hit us up. I mean, we're here for the community. We're here, so hit us up if you got something popping. You want to introduce your business, hit us up. That's what we're here for. And we want to say a happy early birthday to our dad, Bernard Adams. That's right. Has a birthday coming up tomorrow. That's right. So Dad, we know he's probably watching out there home on the computer right now. So happy early birthday to our dad, Bernard Adams. We're not going to tell how young he is, but his birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday, Dad. I'm sure we're going to do something tomorrow. That's it, man. We getting ready to hop off of here, man. It's been a long day for us. Might go have a glass of Moscato or something like that and just relax and enjoy the rest of this beautiful evening here in sunny, cool South Florida. Thank you all for watching. Good night, everybody.